Hey, my name is Sean. Welcome to Echoes in Eternity Bourbon. Do you like a little surprise?
Quick story. When Matt and Sean first sent us these samples, I was all about Matt's pick. And then the bottles came in that I ordered, and you guys could see. I kind of like Sean's a little bit better. I haven't blinded them, but Sean's is a little bit better.
So I absolutely love that. I'm telling you what, I'm going to have so much fun with Matt on that from Whiskey Wisdom. Carlos, thank you so very much. Always a blast. I enjoy the group, Poor Decisions. Always having a good time with them. Check them out. Let's have some fun with them. I'm telling you, Whiskey Corner. You've got to check out Carlos out there. Whiskey Wisdom, Matt out there. The Bakers, Lauren Troy Baker. You got to check them out as well. You got to check out Myron at Bourbon Drop, and of course Barrel Dave on there. So I don't know when he's going to start his channel, but I can't wait for him to drop some of his wisdom and haikus on things. But a blast. Look, South, we don't do well with a lot of things, including snow. So I had a big snowstorm come through here yesterday. Been working from home the last couple of days. But that gives me an opportunity to sit around and do something I ain't had to do recently. And that is just get into a bottle of something I've been wanting to get into. This is Little Books Infinite. This came out this year. This is the first batch of this. It's three generations of distillers. This thing comes in, it has 4 different things in here. It's a blend. All of them are straight Kentucky bourbons, but one's a 20-year, one's a 14-year, one's a 7-year, and then there's an 8-year. Now, I don't know the particulars on it, but it's coming in at 119 proof. And what's the most important thing about it? Somebody's going to get a chance to try this. So there's going to be 2 samples of this that's going to be given away. One is going to be from somebody in the comments here, and another is going to be from the Patreon. Look, if you haven't joined the Patreon, there's a free tab, but if you're in that $5 or $15, we have the monthly giveaways plus a weekly giveaway if you haven't won something already in that month. So please check it out. It really helps out the channel a lot, and I truly appreciate you. One free thing that you can do, like, comment, subscribe. If it's something you enjoy watching, just hit your subscribe on it or like it. Just help fuel that channel, get it going. I truly appreciate it. Also, February 2nd, 2 to 5 p.m., going to be doing another Bourbon Share, Heritage Art Center. If you're in the Columbus, Georgia area, please come by. We'd love to have people at the Bourbon Share. A lot of my buddies from a couple of different bourbon groups, East Alabama, West Georgian. And then we've got one which was formerly Benning Bourbon Club. It's just gone through some changes. We're working through that. I'd say we, but I'm just a lucky member. Not like I have any pull, but the group is going through some changes there. But they're always invited and welcome out as well. And of course you are. So please come on out if you have the opportunity and time. It's going to be 2 to 5, February 2nd, Heritage Art Center, Columbus, Georgia. Always a blast. Looking forward to that. Show turned 2 years old, so the channel is 2 years old now. If you'd have told me a couple of years ago when I started this that I would have had this much fun, met so many amazing people, and be at this 2-year mark and just be enthused to be around you, I would have been shocked. But you guys have done everything to exceed expectation to make this so much fun for me as a person. I hope I offer a little bit up to you. So let's get into this Little Book Infinite. Man, beautiful amber color on this. I mean, it's got a brightness to it. It's really nice. Got some orange and yellow in that amber in there. Let's roll it around the edges. Look at the viscosity on this thing. See what we got. So slow developing legs, some nice oils through there. Just starting to work. So I'm expecting a bit of oiliness on that mouthfeel right there. Some creaminess. Hopefully it comes along with this. Let's get on the nose, see what we got. So this is kind of strange. This might be the first time I've ever had this note. And someone please correct me in the comments if I've ever said this before. but I'm kind of getting like a Mexican chocolate type of vibe there. So I'm getting, a Mexican chocolate will have a chocolate that's got some cinnamon in there. So I'm kind of getting that chocolate cinnamon Mexican chocolate vibe in there. Getting some of that oak. So you got that 20-year and you got a 14-year in there. So I'm getting some of that nice oak through the nose as well. So some chocolate, some cinnamon, some oak. I'm getting some fruitiness through there as well. Some stone fruit, maybe like an apricot or something going on in there. That's kind of like a super ripe apricot. So it's not so crisp and light, but more of a darker, sweeter kind of nose on there. So I'm getting a little bit of a spice in there too. So I'm getting a little bit of a baking spice type in there. I'm getting some of that kind of a ripe apricot, getting the Mexican chocolate, the chocolate and the cinnamon going on, some oat. So a lot of things on the nose that are presenting very well. Not blowing me up at 119 proof, not getting super heavy ethanol off of this. Let's give it a taste, see what we got. Wow. This was definitely a lot different than I was expecting it on the palate on this. First pour of the day, coming in 119 proof. You get this sweet flavor explosion. You do get some of that sweet, ripe stone fruit coming through there. Get a heavy, heavy caramel coming in there. Some nice oak present on the back, a little bit of char on the back, a little bit of that baking spice. And then you get that nice blooming of a Kentucky hug going on. Super sweet up front, but it's got this really nice kind of finish on the back. It's lingering back there a bit too. Really, really enjoying the caramels on this. Like I said, the fruit was kind of really up front, and then get more of that caramel and that oak on the back. It goes from a little bit of a drawing to you're salivating a little bit now, so you're ready for that next pour. Let's see what we got. This is really neat because it's changing profiles a little bit as you go. So I'm now getting a little bit of a nuttiness going on with there. I'm getting a bit more spice coming through here now, which I'm really, really enjoying. You're still getting some of the fruits, but they're not as prevalent as they were on the first sip. That caramel's right there though. So this is something that also opens up too. I mean, I can feel my chest open up. Like I said, it's not burning me hard or anything like that, but you just get that nice warm feeling you expect out of a nice bourbon, that it just wants to sit there and it just wants to linger and say hello for a little bit. I'm getting that perfect for a snowy day outside there. So definitely enjoying that. Look, if you want to pour this, put Mexican chocolate somewhere in the comments because I still can't get over that on the nose. Man, let's get in for another sip of this. Mm. That cinnamon was a little more pronounced on that one right there. So that cinnamon that was on the nose is coming through. I'm not really getting a whole lot of chocolate, but it's on the nose, but I'm not getting it on the palate, which is kind of strange. And normally if I get it on the nose, I'm getting it heavier on the palate, but I'm getting more caramel, more sugars, more oaks, a little smoke on the back of this thing there. Nice baking spice, nice Kentucky hug. All in all, fantastic. And I think that this is so neat that you have three different generations of distiller a part of this. And they put their three different things in there, plus they put an 8-year in this as well. And this will be part of everything going forward when they do the Infinite. They'll have a little bit of this in there for the next batch. So we'll just keep going with these three generations of distillers. So super cool. I know these are a little bit expensive. I know they're running around $200. For me, it's got a tater factor to it just because of the three generations of distillers in there. I happen to like Little Book and the Booker stuff more than most. I like the bean product that comes through in this, and I like what they've done with this. So for me, it's a good price point. Now, what I would suggest for someone that is interested in this is find someone that's got some. Have a pour with them. Go to a bar and check it out first. Make sure it's what you would like for that kind of investment, because not everyone's going to throw a couple $100 out there on a bottle. For me, with the tater factor and the juice inside, I'm very, very comfortable with that. Man, a little more nuttiness on this, not so much cinnamon on it. This thing evolves every time I've had a sip on this, which I really like. That to me is the sign of a bourbon that I want to hang around with, is that it's not just the same thing again and again. You get a little bit something different every piece that you get on it. So I definitely enjoyed this. Look, I know a lot of us are going through some crazy stuff right now. I mean, they actually had to shut down the highway on 280. For those that don't know, Bruzel, huge content creator, super nice guy. He lives up in Opelika area, which is about 25 miles from me. That stretch of highway that I would go to Opelika or Auburn, which I go to quite often, they had to shut it down yesterday. I actually called in the National Guard to help people that were stuck on the highway about 3 a.m. last night. So for us Southerns, we don't do well with snow. So keep us in prayer. We don't have the salt. We don't have the things to keep things together. And we sure the heck don't know how to drive down here. But also we've got all the fires going on in Southern California. A lot of people out there we got to keep in thought and prayer today, and just get some good positive vibes going their way. Anyone that happens to be out there in this today, I know there's a lot of truck drivers, even though a lot of them have pulled over and said we're not going to do this. There's still a lot of them that are out there on the road. I'm praying you all keep safe. Our first responders who have to be out there in this, I'm praying that you return to your family safely at the end of the day. When you're working today, I hope your workday goes by fast. I hope you're successful in everything you do. I hope you bring great energy to your teams and they bring it right back. But most importantly, when you pull in that driveway tonight, I hope things just slow it down for you. I hope you have a great time with your family, with your friends, taking care of yourself, re-energize yourself. Have a good pour, watch a good story, read a good book, check out some things that you've been wanting to check. Learn something new. I mean, you always have something to learn. That's the one thing I love to do is learn. But most importantly, at the end of the day, all, cheers. God bless. You all have an amazing day. Thank you.